Good afternoon. This is the House Appropriations Committee. It is Tuesday, May 20th, 2025. It's just after 3:30, and we are back to vote on S-127 and Act relating to housing and housing development. As I have mentioned before, we're going to vote on the bill as presented to us last week. We know that there is an amendment coming. It will be going to 4 committees tomorrow. We have possession of the bill and we'll leave our committee and go under the calendar. So all 4 committees will have a straw poll on the amendment tomorrow. So I expect we'll be the last committee to get it after General Commerce, Ways and Means. I'll see it, and then it'll be our turn. So I'm not sure when that will be. I'll let you know as I find out. And then, as I said earlier, the intent, the expectation, maybe the Senate will just concur, but if not, we'll go to a committee of conference. So our job is to vote the bill and then send it on its merry way. Is there anything else we need to talk about with this bill at this point? Lynn.
I asked a question at the committee of the whole on the floor.
Yeah.
And it didn't get answered, but I did check with a few people. One of the concerns, of course, with what we got back from Ways and Means is that this is going to take money away from the ed fund.
Yeah.
My understanding is that the way TIPs work is that if you have $100 million as your ed fund amount that you need that year.
Yeah.
And let's say, pick a number, $10 million goes to offset the bond vote for the TIF, the bond payments for the TIF communities. My understanding is that it's a self-correcting fund, and that money will be, like $10 million will be spread out through all the other towns that do not have TIFs. And so it will self-correct back to the $100 million. And that would be the same for CHIP as it is for TIF. So I don't understand why there is a concern that we're taking money from the ed fund with this program because we don't take it with the TIP fund.
I think people view this in a couple of different ways, and I'll look to join us if I get this wrong. Under the current education system, everybody puts together their budget, and then we set the yield, at this General Assembly sets the yield to cover the cost of everybody's budget. So everybody's budgets will still get covered.
Yes, that's why it's self-correcting.
It's self-correcting. I think the question is if there is a higher grand list than value, then less actually needs to be collected. So the higher the grand list, right?
Each town has its own grand list. They have their own CLA. Yes.
Pat, do you have anything you want to add to what we're trying to say here?
The characterization of it's self-correcting isn't wrong. It's just you're basing your tax rates on a lower base.
Right. Right.
So just smaller base. So the value of the base for which the tax is collected from is a little smaller. So tax rate.
The tax rates will go up.
Yeah.
And so what JFO has done in the past is said that the TIFs that we have now, we are not receiving, I don't know, 6 million that could go to the ed fund, something like that. So that's the question of, is it it's like a tax expenditure in a way. It's not taking money that's already there. It's not putting money in that could go in otherwise.
Yes, my understanding is that was made up.
It's made up, but
communities, so it goes in anyway.
It's made up by all the communities, but the rate, but you have to collect more in taxes to make up.
The rate goes up.
Yeah. Now, it may not be significant.
No, it's a little tiny
The
bit.
6 million spread out over all the towns. That's also the current education system.
That is what we have now.
That's all we know is what we have
The
now.
idea is that if you have $100 million that has been voted by all these communities for what you're going to put in the ed fund, at the end of the day, when the TIPS money is all sugars off and everything, your tax rate gets, or your CLA
Budgets will still get covered.
$100 million. So I just want to point out that the concern that we're robbing from or taking money from the ed fund is not correct if it's based on the same thing that we do now.
And again, this is where we have people, and I'm being agnostic here. Some people feel like it's rating from the ed fund because it's not giving to the ed fund. Other people just say it gets taken care of in another way. So that's a philosophical thing that we are not going to solve with this vote. how we describe it.
Just wanted to verify that that's what I understood, and that's apparently what happens.
Yeah, okay. All right. Is there a motion to support or pass out favorably S-127?
So moved.
Thank you, Tom. And I don't remember if this is as amended. I'm sure it must be
It's
as,
as amended by House General and Housing as further amended by House Reason.
thank you. I'm so glad we have clerk.
Yes, I have amended. So if I just quickly, not to
Yeah.
belabor this, I'm not comfortable the way it came out of Ways and Means, and that's the version we have.
Right,
So I will not support the bill today. I'm hopeful. I understand there may be a floor amendment offered by certain pairs. I'm hopeful that that can get me to a yes,
Yeah.
but that will be tomorrow's conversation.
right, right. We only can vote on what we have in front of us for now, but you just know that that's coming.
You heard
So-
my concerns over some language. in
Yep.
this too, so.
Yep.
I'm the same kind of boat.
Okay. Lynn?
I just want to say my community would like to take advantage of this,
Okay.
but this bill won't allow them to do that, as it's been presented to us.
I think there may be, it'll be interesting to see how they feel when they see the amendment and when we also.
Yeah.
Right, okay. Let's take a vote, please. The clerk is ready?
Representative Bloomley,
Yes.
Representative Dickinson,
No,
Representative Harrison,
No.
Representative Konsenska.
Yes.
Representative LaRoche.
No.
Representative Rowicki,
Yes.
Representative Nyberg,
Yes.
Representative Squirrel, yes, Representative Stevens.
Yes.
Representative Yakavoni,
Yes.
Representative Shaw,
Yes.
8-3.
Okay, thank you all. We'll know more tomorrow. Mike, you're the winner. Happy to talk to you about it.
Thank you.
And just keep your phones nearby. We'll see. Do we have anything scheduled for tomorrow morning at this point, Aaron? Okay, we're trying to get an AmeriCorps person to come in as well too.
What's wrong with that?
No, that's Thursday. Tomorrow's Wednesday. I get confused with this Tuesday start.
First Wednesday of the week.
The first Wednesday, yes, second Wednesday.